right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to DuePoint. Good evening to everyone tuned in on our live stream around the country, wherever you may be. Carol is on our live stream chat, so you're welcome to introduce yourself. Let us know where you are. For my live studio audience, welcome to our head office here in Bryanston. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending about 35 minutes or so with you as we go through what we call our intro presentation. It's very much a business proposition, less a presentation, more of an invitation. And so I hope to give you enough information in the next 35 minutes that you're able to make an informed decision, because this is very much a business proposition. If you have any questions, reserve them until after we are done. I'm sure someone is hosting you. Someone's been kind enough to introduce you to the business, so go speak to them once we're done here, but you are most welcome to come chat to me. So as I said, we're here at DuePoint's head office. We are a division of another company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited, so we are a registered insurance company. We've been in operation since 1952, so for nearly 7 decades. I will touch on Constantia a little bit later in the presentation. Suffice to say that DuePoint is a fairly new division. So we were formed about 3.5 years ago. In February 2016, we opened up our doors when a number of aspirations, a number of factors came together for the founders of this business. I'm going to go through those because it'll give you understanding to the context or the relevance of our business, and especially the vision that we have for DuePoint. And so if this is an invitation to partnership, you certainly have to appreciate what our vision is here at DuePoint. So very quickly, what we wanted to do and achieve with DuePoint was to create social impact in the form of financial impact. We wanted to do that through business, and so what we did was we created a business opportunity that members of the public can participate in. And so this business is very much focused around social entrepreneurship. And so that is the invitation. Your invitation is to come join us here in DuePoint, to partner with us and to help us create what we call channels of distribution. How do you create a channel of distribution? It is simply by connecting people to our business. The same way you are connected to this business, if you can do the same thing, if you can help us build a business that can reach every single corner of this country, then we can have greater social impact with this business. And that is the primary ambition for DuePoint, and we need your help to do that. And if you're able to create a channel of distribution for yourself, well, then you get to create a stake in this business for yourself, and you get to share in all those benefits of which this DuePoint wealth creation system is all about. So we're going to go through these benefits. Number one, you get to create additional income for yourself. That goes without saying. That's the only reason why you're here, really. None of the social impact stuff. What are you talking about? I'm here for the money, right? But it's very important to understand the nature of the income that we allow you to produce. So we create, or you get to share in the benefit of creating recurring income for yourself. And that is because we're a business that creates true recurring income. So as an insurance company, we have something called a book value. And a book value is actually one of the truest forms of annuity income. And you get to share in that benefit. It mitigates a lot of risk. You are typically here because you are trying to mitigate risk, not so much the money. The money is there to mitigate risk, right? And so if you're able to create true recurring income, you get to free yourself of the constraint of activity-based income. So employment is a great example of activity-based income, because unless you're working, for every hour you work, you get paid, right? And if anything threatens your ability to be active or to work, well, then your livelihood, your income is threatened. But in a business like this, where you paid for the asset you create, not for activity, well, then you get to free yourself of that risk, of that constraint around activity-based income. You also get to share in the power of duplication. So this is a great opportunity that we allow you. We allow you to go build a team that will collaborate with you and help you build a channel of distribution much faster and much greater than you could do on your own. And so you get to enjoy power duplication in your income too. So you get to enjoy exponential growth in your income, and I'll show you a couple of people doing that. At the same time, we've invested a lot of money in technology in this business so that you're able to leverage your time more effectively. It makes business a lot simpler and more convenient. And so you're actually able to build a channel of distribution from anywhere in the country at any time of the day from anywhere. Literally from anywhere. So one of the people we're going to be showcasing this evening, he's built his channel of distribution from home without seeing or speaking to anyone in person. and you have that freedom. So that makes it very convenient. And we've got a lot of people that actually have health issues who can't leave home that are still able to build business and be successful here at DuePoint. And then our business, besides being focused on wealth creation, we also take wealth protection fairly seriously. So you'll see this reflected in our products, which I'll introduce to you later in the presentation. But one of the services that we have available for all our active wealth engineers comes in the form of legal access. And legal access is basically access to a lawyer 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And you get absolutely, for no charge, access to that service. Then for me, a fairly important benefit is the ability to offer this business opportunity to people without any risk attached to it. So you will know, if you've ever tried to start your own business or looked at other business opportunities, there's always, very often, risk attached to those opportunities, right? You hear the adage, the greater the reward, the greater the risk. Not so with this business, because we've designed this business opportunity to have very little risk. Having to consider doing this business, there should be no fear in your heart, because there's really nothing to lose, whether you make a success out of this business or not. And that is very important, because we're trying to make this business as accessible as possible to every South African in South Africa. And so at the same time, we can't offer you this opportunity with a price tag attached to it. And so there's no boxes of product that you have to invest in. There's no lump sum you have to invest in. There's no starter kits. There's no registration fees to get started here at DuePoint. And so at the same time, we don't have qualifications or experience requirements. And then for me, probably the most important benefit is the ability for you to build an asset that you have ownership over. Right? That word ownership is very important. So your channel of distribution, you have legal tender over it. It means you are able to sell your channel of distribution one day. It means it'll never retire you. It'll never retrench you, right? These are all risks very much associated to employment. Because in employment, we will work for 45 years for somebody else. Think about that. 8 hours a day, you're going to go work for somebody else, build up someone else's asset. For 45 years, you will do that. And what do you have to show for it come retirement? Go ask any broker. Statistically in South Africa, what do your prospects of retirement look like currently for most South Africans? Absolutely dismal. Dismal. Less than 5% of South Africans can afford retirement. What does that actually mean? That means when the majority of South Africans get to 65 years of age, they've got to go look for another job. Or they've got to phone their children and say, I need support. That's the reality for the majority of us, right? Here at DuePoint, you get to invest time and sacrifice time into building something for yourself that you have ownership over, that will never retrench you. It will never retire you. This business will pay you through your 60s, your 70s, your 80s, your 90s, till the day you die and beyond, because assets don't disappear when you die. You get to seed wealth to your children, to your grandchildren, to your beneficiary, whoever that may be. And so I'm hoping that you will look beyond employment. Because in this business, you're going to have to make that decision. I'm going to ask you to make the decision at the end of the presentation to prioritize yourself, this business, and you above even employment. Right? Jobs are there to pay our bills, but they're not doing much else for us. And then finally, there's absolutely no selling involved in our business. So this, for some people, is the best benefit out of all, is that we're not required to sell anything. Because sales is actually a technique that very few of us get to master. And so how could the business be accessible to everybody if I said, oh, this was a sales role and that you had to be good at selling? Because the majority of us are terrible at selling. So fortunately for the majority of us, there's no selling requirement in this business. All you have to do is connect people to our business opportunity. You will never speak about our products here at DuePoint, right? You don't have to tell anyone about our products. That's my job. Your mandate becomes purely to connect people to the business opportunity, to get them to trust you and this word DuePoint enough that they will come sit down and listen to this presentation for 35 minutes. That's all you have to do. And if you're able to do that successfully, because if you go speak to people, statistically people will join this business because the necessity exists, right? And so you will start to build your channel of distribution by connecting the first few people. And this is where the power of duplication shows itself, because those individuals you connected will go out and do exactly the same thing you're doing. Why? Because they've joined for the same reason you've joined. And so you have this power of duplication taking place, right? You've got people you've introduced, introducing other people, so on and so forth. And this is your channel that you get to build over time. Every single dot represents a product owner in your channel, in the stake that you've created in this business that pays you out every single month in the form of recurring income. This is something you own that you've built for yourself. This is where wealth lies, because what we've tried to build with this business is sustainable wealth. Not wealth that is built on activity or commission or sales. It is an asset in an insurance company that you're building for yourself. Right? This is a true form of empowerment based on social entrepreneurship. How do we pay our wealth engineers every single month? It's a very simple table. I might simplify this table, but this is the table nonetheless. So, depending on where the product is in relation to you, we call those points. So in the example over there, you can see that those 5 individuals are people you have introduced personally to DuePoint. We call that your first point. Anyone you introduce or connect to DuePoint lies on your first point. And you can see according to the table, we show you how much money you get paid every single month based on where the product lies in relation to you. So when those people go out and connect people onto the second point, you can see again, first and second point, you earn 55 Rand for every product every single month. And then when those people go introduce people on the third point, you see that multiplier drops back to 100%, and then it reduces the further the product gets away from you, right? All the way down to the 8th point. You're still earning 4% of the 27 Rand 50. But what's very important to note is that we don't limit the size of your channel. That's why there's a little plus sign next to the 8, because you can build your channel beyond 0.8, you can earn beyond 0.8. There's no limitation on the size of your channel. There's no limitation to how much money you can earn in this business. I want your imagination to run wild. In employment, our imaginations don't get to run wild. Why? Because based on your education, your circumstance, your experience, you will be told how much you can earn. You'll never get beyond a certain number. You can be the most educated person in the world. If you're working for somebody else, go ask your boss, what's the most I can earn? They will have a number for you. Here at DuePoint, there is no number. There is no limitation. But people still won't understand. Well, that's great, because I tell people, think of the long term. Don't think about how much money you can earn next month. Think about what you can do with this business over 10 years, 20 years, 40 years. How many people can you connect to this business in 40 years? How big a stake do you want in this business? That is a decision you get to make. People still, out of necessity, want to know, well, how much money can I earn in the short term? So I'm going to show you what you can earn in the short term. 5 years is fairly short term. But you can still earn pretty decent money. So this example that I'm going to show you is a 60-month journey of someone who's been able to connect 2 people onto their first point every month. 2 people, 2 new people every month onto their first point, right? So after 6 months, you're going to be sitting at about 2,500 Rand in recurring income every single month. Recurring income gives you leverage, right? We often give a little show you an exercise there. You can see it there. R1 million bond you can reduce from 20 years to 11 years if you decide to put that money into your debt, into your bond, which, by the way, saves you about 900,000 Rand in interest. Right? That's an interesting figure. Our hope is that people in this business will aspire to becoming debt-free. Because if our aspiration for you is for you to become wealthy, you have to get rid of your debt before you can become wealthy. All right? And we hope that recurring income makes that possible for you. At 12 months, you're going to be close to 9,000 Rand a month. After 24 months, close to 30,000 Rand. 3 years into the business, 50,000 Rand a month. 4 years into the business, about 70,000 Rand. And then after 5 years, you're close to about 85,000 Rand a month, which is 1 million Rand in recurring income annually. Now, I love this little journey because I look at everyone's faces as I go through the numbers, and some people look impressed, other people have this blank expression on their faces. Other people are shaking their heads thinking, 85,000 Rand a month, I'll never get there. That's fine. That's fine. This business also hopes to challenge your belief system. Because if you want to change your circumstance in life, you have to change yourself. Right? You can't just hope your circumstance will change around you and you'll get lucky. That's called the lotto. And those people that win the lotto lose that money within 18 months. You know that? They've got documentaries on this. It's a fascinating subject. People that win the lotto, they've got people in America who have won billions of rands. It's gone in 18 months. Why? Because they were never able to change themselves to become wealthy individuals. And that's something you've got to adopt, right? The self-development. And so, this is academic, it is theory, and so it's very important for us to show you real people doing this business, which I said I'd introduce you to one or two people. Here's Peter and Rena Kluti. They're a lovely couple, been in the business from day one, so 3.5 years in. Peter's been doing it on his own up until the beginning of the year, and he really only got stuck in at the beginning of this journey. So when we launched the business, he got stuck in, he started earning money in the business, and then he became unfocused, shall we say. And so he didn't push the business for about 2 years. We still paid him every single month, right? Because we don't pay you for activity, remember. We pay you for the stake that you've built in the business. And so he earned money nonetheless, and you can go listen to his video testimony, which we put online today. He says they used that money to go on a cruise, him and his wife, so they enjoyed the money that we paid them. But at the beginning of the year, they both got stuck back into the business. Right, they become focused, and they're very passionate about DuePoint, which is great. So that's a great combination, and to be a husband and team wife is a great combination. And so they've been able to quadruple their earnings in the last 9 months or so. Wouldn't you love to quadruple your salary? Imagine quadrupling your salary. I can't imagine that. Right? But they have the power over their business. No one is stopping them. The system is there. They just need to put effort in, and they have. And so you can see they've put in, or they at least have 33 active people on their first point. Those 33 people have helped them find another 300 people. Who's doing the heavy lifting in this business? That is a wonderful example of collaboration, of power duplication, because they've only brought in about 10% of the people in their channel which they're being paid for. You go find good people will build your business with you and for you. Then we've got Philip. Philip's been living in George. So when he joined our business, he was actually just outside George on a equestrian farm. And he's built his business entirely through social media and online messaging. He's sitting at over 20,000 a month already. In the space of 9 months. He started doing this business at the end of February. And so you can see that everybody is different in our business. We've got thousands of people joining our business every single month, and everybody is different. And so you get to decide what you want from the business. Why? Because the system is identical for everybody. And so what separates all these people? It doesn't matter. You need to decide what you want to do in the business. Where will you prioritize DuePoint? Is it something you do as a New Year's resolution when you feel like it? Or is it something that you see and say, this business is going to save my life? And so I treat it with that kind of focus, that kind of priority. On top of the returns program, we've got a rewards program here at DuePoint. So the rewards program typically works like this. When your channel starts to get to certain sizes, we call those milestones ranks. And when you rank up, there's additional rewards that we give you at every single rank. So a majority of our ranks are made up of cash checks that we give you, but there's some that aren't cash checks in the form of rank 5. We give you a business toolkit valued at 1,200 Rand, made up of our merchandise. At rank 7, we take that a step further. We go and get you very special business cards manufactured. They cost us about 17,000 Rand, so they cost an absolute fortune. I don't know anyone who would want to order or buy 17,000 Rand business cards for themselves. But we treat you to that luxury, right? Why? Because it's something you wouldn't do for yourself. If you go look at these rewards, many of them are made up of things that you wouldn't do for yourself, right? And so we force these things onto you. We force luxury onto you. We try to change the way you think about yourself, about wealth creation, right? Because someone who walks into a meeting with 17,000 Rand business cards has success painted all over them. And when you're sitting down with a stranger, first impressions count for everything. Right? If I stood up here in my gym shorts and a t-shirt with a spaghetti bolognese stain on it, and I was telling, no one would listen to me. Half of you probably would have walked out before I started. right? So you know from experience how important first impressions are. The business cards do that for you, right? Everything in our business is geared to make you look good. Everything. Look at our offices. Go look at the website. Go look at all the collateral that we design. You become business partners of ours. And so because you're a proponent of DuePoint, you have to look the same as DuePoint. Right? So everyone gets haircuts on Monday and business cards. Agreed? At Rank 9, we get to invite you and your family to our Rank 9 International Conference. We are 3 weeks away from the next international conference. 3 weeks. Our Rank 9s are going to be joining us, some of them on their 4th trip with DuePoint. Every single person in this room can make it to Rank 9. You need 1,000 products in your qualified channel to get to Rank 9. That means by the time you get to Rank 9, you're earning close to 20,000 Rand a month. And you get to go home and tell your family, I'm taking you to Mauritius, including your kids, business class flights to a luxury 5-star resort for 7 days, and it's all expenses paid trip. All expenses paid trip. We pick you up in your driveway, and you don't spend a cent until that conference is over and we drop you off again. You don't spend a cent. Right? I know there's some other incentive trips. I look at the other incentive trips of some of our competition. I use that term loosely. And they say you must make your way to Joburg or Tambo yourself. We don't do that here because those businesses are not focused on changing you to think like a wealthy individual. This business is trying to get you to fill into this mindset for yourself where you think like a wealthy individual. Because for a week, you get to really experience what it feels like to be a millionaire. And your children get to experience that. All right, so take a look. We've documented our last 2 trips. The last 2 have both been in Mauritius. And in 3 weeks, we're going to Mauritius again. They're all 3 different resorts. Some wonderful resorts in Mauritius, so lots to choose from. How does that look? Did I tell you that you get to go on our Rank 9 conference every single year for the rest of your life? Think about that. How do we do that? Because you've built a stake in this business. It's not an annual performance thing. It is based on the asset, the channel that you've built for yourself. 2 ranks later, we spend $250,000 buying you a brand new car. A brand new car that we pay for cash. It's placed in your name. There's no T's and C's. There's no conditions placed on that ownership. It is your car. You get to drive that car home, park it in your garage, and go to bed knowing that there's no debit order at the end of the month. Right? How much closer are you to becoming debt-free at this stage? When you're going overseas with your family, all expenses paid, you've got a brand new car in your garage that you've got no finance on, you're getting recurring income paid into your account on the 17th of every single month, whether you work or not. But our business is very much built on the products that we've innovated here at DuePoint. And our products speak to exactly the same aspects of our business with regards to wealth creation, wealth protection, accessibility, removing discrimination from opportunity. Our products speak to those. They've been designed specifically for wealth engineers and South Africa. And so Access Wealth is our first product. It's an investment and an insurance product rolled into one. It's going to cost you 324 Rand a month, of which 100 Rand gets invested into a tax-free investment fund in your name. You've got full access to that fund. And then the insurance portion is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. Anyone over the age of 18 can take out any of our products. The price does not change because of your health. The price doesn't change because of your age. The products are equally accessible to everybody. Same with WealthGuard. WealthGuard is insurance only, so it's personal accident death cover to the value of 1 million Rand for only 249 Rand a month. Same accessibility as the previous product. Family Wealth is our funeral cover product. It's going to cost you 299 Rand a month. That gives you 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. It covers up to an additional 5 family members. You, as the principal member, also get up to 10,000 Rand of debt protection upon your death. You can increase this cover to 30,000 Rand as well as up to 10 family members. And there you can see no excluded pre-existing conditions. This does have an age limit of 70, but once you're covered by Family Wealth, it becomes a whole of life product. In other words, it doesn't matter what age you live to, we will still cover you no matter how old you get. All right, but you do have to get in on this product before the age of 70. And then we have Legal Guard, which is a fairly new product, 249 Rand a month. This comes in the form of legal indemnity of 250,000 Rand per matter, and it gives you access to a host of legal services and lawyers listed over there. And so this is a wonderful product that protects you from any legal risk that you might have. And then we have a lifestyle product in the form of Wealth Points. Wealth Points is going to cost you 299 Rand a month, and this basically gives you access to discounts and services that we've negotiated with the list of partners that you see there. And so the aim of this product is to lower your monthly expenditure. Right? Think about all the money that you're spending. We had, I think it was Carol, was moaning about the price of food, or was it Jane? She was saying the price of food just keeps going up and up and up. Right? Hopefully this product can stem that inflation that we're all subject to. And we had a lovely example earlier, late last month. So late in October, we had a wonderful wealth engineer who's based in Bombela. Went out and bought a brand new Ford. You can see we have Eagle Ford, probably the biggest and most successful Ford dealership in the country. And he got a 40,000 Rand discount on his Ford, and they drove it to Bombela to deliver it to him at no cost. Right? So there, you got discount and service wrapped in one through Eagle Ford. So lovely service from them. So that is our Wealth Points product. We've got updated training. So we've got in-depth review videos for each of our products. Go watch those because it'll give you a much greater sense of appreciation for the products that we've innovated for us, for the wealth engineers here at DuePoint. For the people that need money now, I know we all need money now, don't we? We have the Achiever Quest. Right, our business is built on wealth creation. Wealth is not created in the short term. I told you this already. Wealth is built over a long period. Right? But necessity says, I'm worried about the end of the month. And so we cater to people with that necessity. So you can achieve the Achiever Quest every single month if you like. This is a monthly incentive. It says to you, if you can connect 10 people or more successfully in the same month, who pay successfully in the same month, we will give you an additional 5,000 Rand on top of your monthly return. If you're able to do 20 people, we'll give you 10,000 Rand. If you're able to do 30 people in a single month who pay successfully in that month, we will give you an extra 15,000 on top of your return. We've had a number of wealth engineers achieving this quest every single month, right? It's available for every single one of you. Your first month at DuePoint can be a big month. You don't have to wait for your channel to grow. All right, so that opportunity is available for all of us. A little bit of background on Constantia and our business. So as I said, DuePoint is a division of Constantia. Constantia is a registered insurance company. We've been around for 70 years. We're part of a listed company. So we listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange under a group called Conduit Capital. I say these things because I imagine that you've arrived to this presentation skeptical. Right, a little bit of skepticism. What are you bringing me to? What's this business? What are the products? All these questions. I've never heard of them. But if you are interested in joining this business, if you're interested in partnering with this business, you cannot leave skeptical. Skeptical is based on the premise of, I don't know, I'm not sure. Can I trust this business? I want you to be proud of the partnership that you enter into this business. Why? Because you can be proud. We've got a 70-year track record. Go check that 70-year track record out. Go to the DuePoint site. Go to the Constantia site. Know that we're regulated by the FSCA. Because we are a listed company, we are audited publicly every single year. Brendan and myself, we have personal liability in this business. I want you to be able to trust the business. But I can't tell you to trust the business. You must go find out for yourself, right? We use knowledge. We educate ourselves when we are skeptical. So go do that for yourself. There's the FSP number that we operate. You can go to the FSCA website, type in Constantia. You'll see all the financial licenses that we have. And so the decision I want you to make is not whether you want to join or not. I'm not speaking to the people that are going, oh, no. I'm speaking to the people that are saying yes. And for those people, I want you to make a very intentional decision. And that is one to go connect other people. It is not enough to become a wealth engineer at DuePoint. That has got no value. The value is when you go out and connect other individuals. And so in this presentation, you might be thinking, am I going to join? Am I not going to join? I don't want you to think about that. I want you to think, how am I going to tell other people about DuePoint tonight, after this presentation? How am I going to tell people tomorrow? Because this business is about empowering other individuals while we make you wealthy in the process. A little bit. 4 easy steps to getting started at DuePoint. Number one, you've got to register yourself as a wealth engineer online, so you can do that through the app. The person hosting you can help you with that. It's about a 5-6 minute process, fairly quick. Download the DuePoint app for yourself, because this is going to become your primary tool to do business, to create a channel, and then go watch all the training videos. We've got a very shallow learning curve, but it is a learning curve nonetheless, right? So go watch the videos, because they help you from every aspect of wealth creation, of self-development, of the system. Many aspects, not just system training, right? So it takes you about 30 days to go watch all that training. And then if you want to start earning money, and I suspect everyone wants to earn money, we only start paying you once you've connected 3 people successfully. Not 1, not 2, we start at 3. And so 3 becomes your magic number. It becomes your number 1 goal. It's Tuesday. By Friday, you need to have connected 3 people. Can you do that? If you can't, I'll give you another 5 days. But get it done, right? Because you won't trust this business unless DuePoint is putting money into your bank account. Easy, 3 people, and DuePoint will start putting money in your bank account. So a quick reminder, we've got our Converge conference in February next year. This is a very exclusive event. It's our awards dinner that we have. It is typically for rank 4s and above only, but our rank 4s get to invite special guests. So any of the people that stand out for them in their channels, they get to invite those people. And so this slide serves as a reminder for those guests. So we've got about 90 people that haven't paid for their tickets. They've been nominated as guests, but they still haven't paid for their tickets. Get your tickets paid for, because it's first come, first serve. We only have about 120, 130 seats, so it's a very exclusive event. But fortunately, for those people that have been nominated, we are running a promotion on Facebook this week. And if you are selected in the draw in that Facebook promotion, you don't have to pay for your ticket. You get it mahala, free. So be aware of that and take part in that promotion. It's only available on Facebook, so make sure you check our Facebook every single day. And a reminder of our platform. So obviously we're on Facebook. We have got podcasts available for you to look at. We've got the YouTube channel. It's got about 500 videos on there. Don't worry, they're not all training. It's mostly made up of just these live intros. The app is available for Android and Apple devices. And then our merchandise is available on our store online. So you can go order merchandise online. We'll deliver it anywhere in the country for you. Remember, we had the discussion about creating a good first impression. Get merchandise for yourself, even if it's just business cards, right? It makes all the difference. And with that, I thank you for your time this evening. If you have any questions, go speak to the person that's hosting you tonight. And for our guests online, I'm sure you've been chatting to Carol. I love it when people turn around going, who is he talking to? I'm talking to the camera above your head. You're the live studio audience, right? For those people, if Carol hasn't answered anything, you're still welcome to call client service and get any questions answered. And my wish for every audience that I have the pleasure of addressing is that you're able to find prosperity for yourself. Opportunity, whether it's with DuePoint or not, it is sorely needed, I know. And this is the impact we're trying to have in the country. And this is what we're inviting you to come partner with, is to come create that social impact in the form of financial impact. Because we know when there's financial stress, the walls want to come down when you are suffering financially, right? And so that's what we want to address. And there's so much upside in this business for you, with very little downside. So I wish you good luck for the remaining 2 months of the year. Go find that prosperity or come build it here at DuePoint. You've got all the support in the world. Good luck. Thank you.